And one last tip before you seal it up for good, get your radio all set out, make sure your servos are in neutral and zero, and then test all the controls out while you have it apart in case you need to rearrange any servos. The way I have the tail, so I have it come up like that, so that bottom is flat, and then I'll have it come down and stop with just a little nib sticking out the top. You can't see that when the wings are folded up. It's just that if you have that flush, as that goes down, it'll kind of hyper extend and go down underneath, and then back up, sometimes it'll hit the thing. So I'll have it stick up about ½ inch to there, and that you have to program on your 6-channel radio. Go into your setting and you can set the limit on that servo in there. Just read the instructions on your radio. Then when you're all done, glue it up, seal it up good. Then one little rugged tip, you glue all this together with your Ultimate RC glue, and then what I like to do is take a toothpick here on the front, where this is a lot of high stress because you're landing all the time. I'll take a toothpick here, I'll dab it in some epoxy, and then I'll come underneath here and I'll stab it up through there, and then it'll go up about halfway into that foam piece there. Then I'll break it off on the bottom. So I've got kind of like a little splint, like a little bolt of toothpick and epoxy going up in there, so that little joint in the front never gets worked away. Then I'll do the same thing on the rear as well. A little epoxy on the toothpick, shove it up the bottom there into that piece there. Just really bolting that in there, because the front and the back is where it's going to want to peel up over time. Your center of gravity is right about that second window there. It's going to be 4 inches from this corner here back. Is approximately 4 inches. 3.5, 4.5, anywhere in there is going to be fine. A little nose heavy with a little heavier battery, like a 1250, 1320, or even 1650. Slightly nose heavy or right at the 4-inch mark, that's going to be your safest bet. When it's lighter, you have like a 700 milliamp battery in there, and the CG might be back a little bit. Because there is so much wing area in front of the center of gravity, it will want to put its nose up and fly like this, which is very nice if you want to show off and fly in the driveway. It'll just fly like this, but then you try and go at a normal pace, and it's always going to want to go up. So it's going to be more stable at about 4 inches back for your center of gravity, with a medium to even heavier size battery, like a 1250, 1320, 1650, kind of your mid-range battery pack. For control throws on the rudder, get as much as you can. The more control throws you have on the rudder, the better you're going to drive on the ground. What's the number on that? What's the degrees? What's the exact thing? I don't know. That much. As much as you can. The more the better. For the elevons, I like full control throws as well. In fact, I like mine to go all the way down and drag on the ground. They act as ground brakes. Yes, if you want, you can put a little piece of tape there to stop it from rubbing. And then on your up, I like to go full control throws as well, as much as I can get my servo to move. About that much. What's the exact degree? I don't know. The bus is a very easy slow flyer. It's got that nice big wing, almost of a delta wing, so it's much more stable than like your yak or something where they've got the wing up front on the center of gravity, which is very unstable. This is a very nice stable thing. So your control throws, you can have it moving a lot. It's not going to be squirrely. It's not going to get away from you. The thing can barely roll over because it's so big, and it has a really hard time doing a loop because it's so long. So you're not going to get over-correcty in the air with too much elevator or too much aileron. So I hope that brief overview was helpful for you. Remember, we also got photographic instructions on the website with more detail. Make sure to check that out. We've also got a lot of accessories that you need for this bus, like the motor, stuff like that. And we've got Depron, and we're also looking to get a hardware package. So all the hardware you see here, we're looking to stock that as well. So make sure to surf around our website. We got a lot of other stuff for you. Boom, done.
Boom, done.